Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU audiobooks. Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Continuing Education, Certificate Programs, Certificate in Apparel Merchandising, CAPMER, BHC05 Basics of Apparel Industry and Entrepreneurship, Block 5, Unit-20, Entrepreneurship and Entrepreneurial Skills. 20.0 Objectives. The idea of entrepreneurship may sound exciting, but it may not necessarily be for everyone. In order to be an entrepreneur, one needs to understand the concept of entrepreneurship, look at the role that entrepreneurship plays in economic growth, and also discuss the characteristics of an entrepreneur. All this and much more will be discussed in this unit, upon completion of which you will be able to understand the concept of entrepreneurship. Learn the importance of entrepreneurship in economic growth of India. Define entrepreneurs, entrepreneurship and an enterprise. Understand the characteristics of an entrepreneur. Learn about the qualities of an entrepreneur. Learn about the functions of an entrepreneur, and understand the prospects of entrepreneurship in Indian apparel industry. 20.1 Introduction. It is needless to say that in an environment aspiring for sustainable socio-economic development, entrepreneurship plays a very significant role. Entrepreneurship is not a new buzzword. Rather, it is an age-old concept. It is extremely difficult to define it in strict form. However, an attempt has been made in this unit to explain the concept of entrepreneurship in an easy manner so that it can be understood. When we talk of economic development, entrepreneurship is integral to an economy and we cannot afford to overlook its contribution. Entrepreneurship is a tool for the socio-economic development of a nation. It encompasses idea development, capital and skill procurement, and organizational growth. Like any other sector, entrepreneurship is significant for textile and apparel industry also. Indian textile and apparel sector is one of the largest and oldest amongst the world. It is known for making spun yarn. Seemingly, the first known cotton cultivation happened in India. Mumbai was also called as Manchester of the East. It is now being pushed to other states such as Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. However, a major hurdle faced by Indian textile industry is the outdated technology of spinning and weaving. On the backdrop of this, it can be said that entrepreneurship development in textile and apparel sector is of paramount significance. It needs a little push to flourish. Let us discuss and understand the term entrepreneurship at the outset. 20.2 What is entrepreneurship? The term entrepreneurship is a French word which means to undertake. All that an entrepreneur does is entrepreneurship. It is a process in which an entrepreneur undertakes several activities that leads to setting up new venture. To be an entrepreneur requires a combination of skills, both hard and soft, and certain qualities which can be honed through proper education and training. However, it is very hard to define entrepreneurship precisely. Entrepreneurship has different definitions for different people according to their interest and understanding. Let us have a look at a few definitions of entrepreneurship given by experts. Definition of entrepreneurship. According to Stevenson, an expert on the topic of entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship is the pursuit of opportunity beyond resources controlled. Simply put, an entrepreneur is anyone who spots an opportunity and decides to pursue it regardless of the resources currently at their disposal. They see what could be and find a way to make it happen, even if they don't have everything on hand to do so right now. The most obvious form of entrepreneurship is that of starting new businesses, referred as startup company. However, in recent years, the term has been extended to include social and political forms of entrepreneurial activity. When entrepreneurship is describing activities within a firm or large organization, it is referred to as entrepreneurship and may include corporate venturing, when large entities spin off organizations. According to William Diamond, entrepreneurship is equivalent to enterprise, which involves the willingness to assume risks in undertaking an economic activity, particularly a new one. It may involve an innovation but not necessarily so. It always involves risk-taking and decision-making, although neither risk nor decision-making may be of great significance. Schumpeter, 1936, the father of entrepreneurship theory, points out that entrepreneurship is the way to innovation. In the words of B. Higgins, entrepreneurship means the function of seeking investment and production opportunity, organizing an enterprise to undertake a new production process, raising capital, or labor, arranging the supply of raw materials, finding site, introducing a new technique and commodities, discovering new sources of raw materials, selecting top managers for day-to-day operations of an enterprise. Arthur H. Cole defines it as entrepreneurship is the purposeful activity of an individual or a group of associated individuals, undertaken to initiate, maintain or aggrandize profit by production or distribution of goods and services. In the context of economics, entrepreneurship along with land, labor, natural resources and capital can generate profit. When we talk of entrepreneurship, innovation and risk-taking is implied. Entrepreneurship cannot be considered into isolation unless it is combined with innovation and risk-taking. One more thing that goes with this is the ability of any nation to adapt to dynamic and competitive global environment. According to John Coe and Howard Stevenson, entrepreneurship is the attempt to create value through recognition of business opportunity, the management of risk-taking appropriate to the opportunity, and through the communicative and management skills to mobilize human, financial and material resources necessary to bring a project to fruition. After reading the definitions given above, it can be concluded that entrepreneurship is a function of undertaking an economic activity which requires mobilizing human and non-human resources, undertaking risk, creating a new venture and organizing and coordinating it in a manner to take it to the top. Model of entrepreneurship. The theory of entrepreneurship has evolved over a long period of time. With the passage of time, this concept of entrepreneurship has also undergone a major change. Now it is seen as a key driver of socio-economic development of a nation. Various experts have also developed different models of entrepreneurship. Let us discuss John Coe's model of entrepreneurship here. John Coe's model of entrepreneurship. John Coe, in his book titled Entrepreneurship, Creativity and Organizations, has developed a conceptual model of entrepreneurship presented in Figure 20.1. This is also known as ECO analysis framework, where ECO stands for entrepreneurship, creativity, organization. According to Coe, entrepreneurship and creativity result from the interrelationship of the following three elements: the person, the task and the organizational context. Figure 20.1, Conceptual Model of Entrepreneurship, refigured. Look at the screen for table content. Of the three elements, the first one, i.e., the person, is of foremost importance, as the act of idea generation, selection and implementation cannot be undertaken by the technology or organization. It is done by serious and dedicated people. The person does not mean anyone but the one who has entrepreneurial talents and skills, motivation, personality traits and the level of experience. These persons are called entrepreneurs. The second element is task. Task here includes opportunity identification and selection, mobilizing required resources to complete that task, and directing and coordinating effectively to take the activity further. The third element, the organizational context, means the immediate setting in which the entrepreneurial activities take place. This immediate setting of the organization includes organizational structure, system and climate, etc. All these factors create and affect the entrepreneurial environment. All three elements exist in an environment which refers to the surroundings in which these elements are being used. This is nothing but the outside world. It may also be termed as the suprasystem. This includes government policies, infrastructure, competition, availability of resources, social values, technological advancement, etc. This environment affects entrepreneurial activity and gets affected by it. Moreover, this environment is dynamic in nature, which means it keeps on changing. An entrepreneur keeps a track of the changes in the environment and has the adaptability to the changing needs. Thus, this model shows that the activities of the elements affecting entrepreneurship are interrelated and in combination, they affect entrepreneurship development. Who is an entrepreneur? As discussed above, the person who undertakes entrepreneurial activities is called an entrepreneur. Let us understand the meaning of an entrepreneur. The term entrepreneur has been derived from the French word entreprendre, meaning to undertake certain activities. In simple words, an entrepreneur is a person who has inclination to think and undertake certain activities which brings prosperity to him as well as to the society as a whole. He mobilizes, organizes and manages the available resources in a very efficient manner which leads to setting up of a new enterprise. He also takes the risk associated with it. These persons have certain qualities that coax them to be an entrepreneur. Qualities of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur possesses certain qualities which are discussed below. They have a strong need for achievement, innovation and affiliation. They have risk-taking ability. They have self-confidence. They are creative. They can think ahead of time. They are knowledgeable and they update themselves. They are adaptable to changes. They can smell opportunities. They are very good planners. They are disciplined and focused towards their objectives and goals. They are optimistic and have perseverance. They are open-minded. They have the ability to look at their surroundings and work accordingly. They are self-starters. They set their parameters and follow it. They are very proactive. They are competitive. They have strong determination. They treat failure as an opportunity for success. They are not afraid of failure. They are innovators. They have good communication skills. They have strong work ethics. They are very passionate about their work. Entrepreneurs are very dynamic. They set examples to society. They always want to achieve more and more heights in their respective businesses. They are innovative and are excellent in handling their employees. Scope of entrepreneurship in India. India is seen as the most lucrative market in the world as it has very favorable demographic conditions. India has the youngest population in the world with moderate purchasing power. This young population is hardworking and ambitious, and in the process, they can create new growth opportunities for budding entrepreneurs. The economic reform in India has made the entire globe our market and opportunity. To grab this opportunity, it is important to have a soaring spirit of entrepreneurship. The entrepreneurs can smell these opportunities and give it a shape, fetching profit to them and can benefit the society as a whole. In India, there is dearth of quality people in the industry. The scope of entrepreneurship in our country is tremendous. Employment opportunity vis-à-vis the nation's GDP growth is less. Problem of underemployment is also there. The only solace is the increasing entrepreneurial activities. Self-employment is a concept which gives proper solution to this problem. The process of self-employment not only provides employment to the concerned person but also generates employment for others. It is important to note here that the current generation of youth do not have the tendency to catch hold of the past legacy. On the contrary, they have high willingness to experiment. There are various organizations at country and state level which offer support for entrepreneurship development in various ways. The Government of India along with the state governments have been implementing various schemes and programs. These programs have been implemented with the objective of promoting entrepreneurship over last couple of decades. States like Maharashtra and Gujarat are proactively promoting entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship to a larger extent determines technical innovation, social institutions and politics. With the advancement of infrastructure development, growing service sector, strong manufacturing and agriculture sector, the road for entrepreneurs is becoming smooth day by day. The demand for entrepreneurship is also increasing. Future will see entrepreneurship as the key driver of economic development. Textile and apparel sector is also very promising for the entrepreneurs. A detailed discussion on prospects for entrepreneurs in textile and apparel will be presented later in this unit. Check your progress I. Note: use the space provided for your answer. 1. Give the meaning of entrepreneurship. 2. List out the 3 elements of entrepreneurship and creativity of John Coe's model. 3. List out 10 important qualities of entrepreneurs. 4. Narrate the scope of entrepreneurship in India. 20.3 Entrepreneurship and Economic Development. Economics advocates that there are 5 factors of production, viz. Land, labor, capital, organization and entrepreneur. Imagine if there was no existence of entrepreneurs, all the factors of production would have remained idle and there would be no growth of civilization. Role of entrepreneurship in economic development is unquestionable. Entrepreneurship is the key driver of the economic growth. According to Schumpeter, everyone is an entrepreneur when he actually carries out new combinations. An entrepreneur makes several combinations of factors of production and makes optimum utilization of it for earning profit and distributing it to the whole society in different ways such as rent, wages, interest, etc. They try to meet the demand of the people by creating new products or making innovations by adding value in the existing products. They make use of current technology and use all factors of production. They make this as a continuous circle which drives the economy. Fig. 20.2. By their continuous efforts they bring changes in the market structure requiring different sets of needs. They generate employment and increase the purchasing power of the people who make more demand, leading to more production and more employment generation and increased purchasing power. Figure 20.2. Continuous cycle of production driving the economic growth of a nation. Look at the screen for table content. Schumpeter formulated his theory of long waves of business cycles and economic growth. Business cycles are seen as the result of innovation, which consists of the generation of a new idea and its implementation in a new product, process or service, leading to the dynamic growth of the national economy, the increase of employment, and creation of pure profit for the innovative enterprise. Schumpeter 1911, 78, Schumpeter 1942, 83-84, Dean 2000, 2, Yaskelainen 2000, 9-10, 15, Turek and Wienkus 2001, 2, Barreto 1989, 22-34. Thus, we can say entrepreneurs play a very important role in economic growth and development of any nation across the globe. The well-managed economy relies on big businesses and mass production. This has given way to an entrepreneurial economy. In these economies, knowledge-driven goods and services are delivered by small firms. In the emerging economies like BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India and China, there has been registered impressive growth which is driven out and out by entrepreneurial revolution. These countries have witnessed many success stories from rags to riches. Now there is a need to sustain the growth which encourages innovative entrepreneurs. Hence it can be concluded that entrepreneurship contributes to the growth and development of any kind of economy by employing the available resources and stimulating the fair redistribution of wealth and incomes for the interest of the country. 20.4 Why become an entrepreneur? So far, we have discussed the importance of entrepreneurship in economic development. Now let us discuss what are the benefits of becoming an entrepreneur to an individual. There are many people who are not satisfied with the typical 9-to-5 jobs and experiencing limited and time-bound growth. Many individuals have fire in their belly to create business enterprise. There are a number of reasons that motivate an individual to become an entrepreneur. Few of the obvious reasons are presented below. Entrepreneurs can reap unlimited income and growth. They get an opportunity to control their own destiny. They get an opportunity to reach their full potential. They can pursue a passion without any hindrance. They can be their own boss. They take challenges. They get recognition for their work. They can work at their own schedule. They make significant contribution to the economic development. They have the autonomy to think and act. They can introduce modern technology. They generate employment for others. They can stay away from the rat race. In the business houses of Tata, Birla, Reliance, Wipro, Future Group etc. there may be lakhs and lakhs of employees working very hard from morning to evening, but people know the names of the respective business owners only. However, it is very important to note here that making a living for survival is not entrepreneurship. It is much beyond that. As an entrepreneur, one has to really make a difference to one's own life and the society as a whole. An entrepreneur uses his life to do what she/he really loves to do. The point to be remembered here is that earning profit is not the goal of an entrepreneur, rather it is the reward of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship starts with either A. the recognition of need, i.e., problem, or B. the conception of an idea, i.e., solution. 20.5 Entrepreneurship, Sources of Supply and Motivation. There are several factors that motivates an individual to become an entrepreneur. Taking up entrepreneurship as a career is an evolutionary process. This indicates that there are several stages at which the decision of becoming an entrepreneur is taken. All the possible human action is the result of two factors, that is external and internal. While internal factors include ability, skills and intelligence of an individual, external factors are state of the economy, availability of funds, actions of competitors, government policy etc. There can be 5 broader categories of factors that influence an individual to become an entrepreneur. Figure 20.3. Those 5 categories are: 1. Background factors. 2. Motivational factors. 3. Economic factors. 4. Rewards. 5. Social and cultural factors. Background factors. The background of an individual influences an individual up to a great extent. The whole personality and attitude is shaped by the background factors. Background factors comprise of 3 basic factors. 1. Education, training and experience. 2. Family, role models. 3. Financial condition. It is generally seen that people from business backgrounds grow seeing the business tradition in their respective families and also the society to which their respective families are associated with. These families and the affiliated society have their own set of norms and values. Entrepreneurs from these families imbibe traits and values from these sources as well. Besides, religious, social and cultural factors also influence the individuals. There are certain psychological factors such as self-confidence, need for achievement, affiliation and power, creativity, vision, leadership etc. which also influences the pursuit of entrepreneurship. Motivational factors. There are motivational forces such as need for achievement that motivates an individual to be their own boss. This can also be termed as fire in the belly to be and do different. Many individuals have inborn motivation. They are born entrepreneurs. However, with adequate and effective education and training, an individual can also be motivated to become an entrepreneur. Their skills can be honed and aspirations can be awakened. Besides these forces, family and friends also act as motivational sources. Economic factors. Economic factors such as government policies, government support and assistance, availability of finance, economic stability of the nation also encourage or discourage entrepreneurship in their respective nations. Economic environment of a country plays a very crucial role in entrepreneurial growth and development. If government policies are supportive and favorable to the entrepreneurs, more and more individuals will get attracted to opt for entrepreneurial career. Financial institutions of a country also decide the fate of entrepreneurial growth and development as they provide finance to start up a new venture. Reward. The reward that an individual gets as a result of becoming an entrepreneur also encourages entrepreneurship. Reward does not only include the financial gain, profit, but also the recognition and power that entrepreneur gets from the society. As said earlier that there may be lakhs and lakhs of employees in a company but society does not know their name. Society recognizes the ones who have created the company well. Social and cultural factors. Society, to which an individual belongs to, has a huge influence on his beliefs and attitude. In the northern part of India, especially in the states like Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, entrepreneurship is not valued much. There are certain communities only taking up an entrepreneurial venture. Rest of the people from other communities still prefer to be in jobs. Whereas, in the western states such as Gujarat and Maharashtra, people have high regards for entrepreneurship as a career. Entrepreneurs are highly recognized in the society. Marital status also influences the risk-bearing capacity of an individual, which is detrimental for entrepreneurship. Males are generally given preference in the families having businesses and looking for succession. Women entrepreneurship still needs to be encouraged rigorously, as not many women are becoming entrepreneurs vis-a-vis men. Figure 20.3 Factors influencing entrepreneurship. Look at the screen for table content. 20.6 Prospects of entrepreneurship in apparel sector. The textile sector in India is one of the world's largest. It is one of the important sectors in Indian economy in terms of output, foreign exchange earnings and employment. The garment production units are offering abundant opportunities for entrepreneurs to start a venture and enjoy its growth. India's capacity to make spun yarns is highest in the world after China. Due to fast-paced development in Mumbai, that was once known as Manchester of the East, more and more textile industries have been driven to Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. These two states are increasingly gaining the attention of world textile buyers. Lot of niche markets are opening up in India. The Tirupur textile industry based in Chennai has become a main place for exports of India's knitwear with the help of modern technology. Many reputed international retail brands like Walmart, JCPenney, Marks and Spencer are taking keen interest in India for procurement of quality apparel. The world is keen in the Indian textile industry. India has the potential to be included in the top 3 producers as well as exporters in the world. But this potential is yet to be tapped. The micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, of the country can take huge advantage of the Indian textile industry provided they are given adequate support from the government. Technical textile industry is another promising area in India. At present it is not seeing sizable presence in MSMEs unlike the other parts of the world, but surely Indian MSMEs have lot of scope in this area. The Indian textile industry comprises of 3 sectors which are interrelated but competing with each other. They are the organized mill sector, decentralized handloom sector and decentralized power loom sector. Refer section 1.2, Unit 1, Block 1, Course 1. India has a huge supply of raw materials and high-quality finished products. Besides, the labor cost in India is low. The Government of India is taking several measures and policy initiatives which have led to tremendous growth in the sector. Refer Unit 7, Block 2, Course 1. India has several unique advantages that give opportunities to entrepreneurs to sprout and flourish. The industry provides entrepreneurial opportunities in many forms, right from the cultivation to supply chain, exports, etc. Technical textile industry also provides ample growth opportunities to entrepreneurs in the areas of agro-textiles, construction textiles, medical textiles, etc. Coming to apparel sector in India, refer Unit 4, Block 2, Course 1. There is no need to mention again that Indian apparel market is changing. With the rising urbanization, consumers with more disposable income have also grown. They have more money to spend. They have growing passion for fashion. Retail clothing market is also taking its pace. In addition to fashion apparel, the growing demand for fashion accessories makes the Indian fashion market both interesting and lucrative. The reasons for growth in Indian apparel sector have already been discussed in section 7.5, Unit 7, Block 2, Course 1. These changes have implications on Indian apparel market, providing new opportunities to the entrepreneur. The profit margin on apparels is also very high, attracting young blood to enter into the market. Check your progress too. Note: use the space provided for your answer. 1. List out the components of economic factors that encourage or discourage entrepreneurship. 2. How does social and cultural environment affects entrepreneurship? 3. List down the benefits of becoming an entrepreneur. 20.7 Let us sum up. In an environment aspiring for sustainable socio-economic development, entrepreneurship plays a very significant role. Entrepreneurship is a process in which an entrepreneur undertakes several activities that lead to setting up new venture. To be an entrepreneur, it requires a combination of skills, both hard and soft, and certain qualities which can be honed through proper education and training. However, it is very hard to define entrepreneurship precisely. Entrepreneurship has different definitions for different people according to their interest and understanding. The theory of entrepreneurship has evolved over a long period of time. With the passage of time, the concept of entrepreneurship has also undergone a major change. Now it is seen as a key driver of socio-economic development for a nation. The term entrepreneur has been derived from a French word entreprendre, meaning to undertake certain activities. In simple words, an entrepreneur is a person who has inclination to think and undertake certain activities which bring prosperity to him as well as to the society as a whole. He mobilizes, organizes and manages the available resource in a very efficient manner which leads to setting up of a new enterprise. There can be 5 broader categories of factors that influence an individual to become an entrepreneur. These 5 categories are background factors, motivational factors, economic factors, rewards, social and cultural factors. There is a huge potential for entrepreneurs in apparel sector. Many international brands of repute are looking up to India for their sourcing. The upsurge of organized retailing in India has also created a lot of entrepreneurial opportunities. 20.8 Keywords. Entrepreneurship, a process in which an entrepreneur undertakes several activities that leads to setting up new venture. Entrepreneur, one who mobilizes, organizes and manages the available resource in a very efficient manner which leads to setting up of a new enterprise. MSMEs, micro, small, and medium enterprises. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video with the next chapter.